have such a bad freaking argument for pouring milk first.
Save milk. Save milk.
Bothersome. You guys are weird. I'm not a communist.
Buckle your seatbelts, lock your tray tables, and make sure your seats are in the upright position because, ladies and gentlemen, it's about to get wild. Which movie villain is most relatable? What's our Masters Championship menu? What got us into golf? Which of our personalities would win The Bachelor? Welcome to the Fore podcast.
Today's sponsor of the video is Links Golf Club Rexburg. If you guys want an amazing experience to improve your golf game, but also have a little bit of space to be able to have some fun with maybe a date night or something like that, come to Links Rexburg. They have other multiple locations in Pocatello and a couple here in Utah as well. But guys, if you guys really want a fun, interactive experience with not just golf and other things as well, come to Links. They're an amazing sponsor of this video, and we are really appreciative of them.
Yeah, seriously saved our golf game just a little bit. Help with ball contact, help with ball speed, help us kind of shape our shot a little bit more. So this is definitely the place to go.
Yeah. More worried about my mental capacity for the win than I am with my golf game. Save that too.
It's true. Yeah. Save us as well. But if you guys are interested in that, prices start at $20 a session. If you guys want to bring a date, this is a perfect spot for it. You got things like football, basketball, shooting, even soccer golf.
Yeah.
All these things there and more that you guys can come play here at Links.
Yeah, it's actually a really good facility. But
it is.
Today we're going to be playing the Houston Golf Club. And so we're going to start off with...
We're doing best ball.
Best ball, okay. We
mollies.
only get 2 mollies because we're professionals.
And take a molly, the Adam Bomb comes in.
Adam Baum is our photographer here and our videographer and our man behind the scenes.
Course, or maybe ball. I will be the ball. We will see.
We will find out. All right, brother. Hit us right down the fairway, please.
Okay, we are...
Oh, he's solid, dude. Dude, how are you feeling? You feel a little tense?
No.
Colin's got a new driver, and so he's just stupid excited about this.
Yeah. Are you doing mashed potatoes, or are you just getting down?
I'm getting the fairway, brother.
Okay, you're good, brother. Let her rip.
So as he's hitting, we got the Masters. Holy frick!
I think you're about to break 300.
No
Just
way.
kidding.
Broke 3 earlier.
Kind of right down the fairway. We're taking that.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that line through the arrow.
No, that's perfect.
That's what I want.
So we got the Masters coming up, and Scotty Scheffler won last year, so huge congrats to him. Hopefully he can win a back-to-back, but I'm rooting for Rory. I don't know about you guys. But he got to create a menu for food, and I thought it would be cool if we came up with an idea for what we would do if we were to win the Masters. So Daniel, I'll let you go.
When?
Gosh. Okay, so
I think what we said we're gonna do appetizer, entree, main dish, dessert.
okay. Appetizer.
Or side. Appetizer, side.
Okay. Ooh, that's really hard. I would say my entree though. Okay, I'm a classic guy. Don't yell at me.
Classic.
But give me a good salad.
Okay, is that classic or is that basic?
That's basic, I guess. Oh, I guess it's also classic because I guess everybody does it. But like, I like a good chicken Caesar salad. You know.
A little bacon in there too.
Little
Bacon
For
crumbles.
sure. Dude, give me some of that Olive Garden lady that comes by with the cheese and says, "Tell me when to stop." And
That'd be
don't
you
tell her
with-
to stop,
that'd
you
be
go
you
through
with the bacon.
Bro.
It actually would be.
Yes, please.
You would be kind of cool though.
What's that?
You do like a bunch of different meats. You kind of like little crumbles. So you can do like turkey bacon.
Like
you can do like a little ground up steak.
Don't ever hit me with turkey bacon.
Okay,
again.
I
Absolutely.
know you wouldn't have that, but
Give me all fatty pork bacon. That's what I want.
all right,
But-
what's
so
your?
I'm
set?
actually curious. Why salad though? Is that just like refreshing? Like
I think it's light too. I feel like so you get the flavor of it and it also mixes up.
so
the
do
main
you
dish.
do you get like different salad dressings? Or you just going with the
I'm
regular
100% ranch
Caesar?
or Caesar.
Ranch or Caesar?
That's all I need.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
let's go with that.
I feel like you should do like a salad bar though, Bax. So you can do like a fruit salad if you want. You know, like.
If you eat fruit salad, you're communist. I'm just gonna say it right now.
Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy.
So another one. That's a great drive there, Bax. Nice job.
It's like that.
That'll do.
I feel like I'm gonna go with Wagyu steak as my my appetizer.
You can't steal mine.
I'm stealing Wagyu steak.
Mother trucker.
100% stealing Wagyu.
I mean, you're not paying for it, right?
And then I'm gonna go with a
I
nice.
think you're the back up.
Oh, is it me? Yeah, ribeye steak. That's what I would want. As my entree.
Bye.
Wagyu as an appetizer. Steak
Just
in
straight
your
up steak
entree.
all day.
But yeah, well, you can't jump to your entree.
Meat sweats on the green, brother.
Oh, dude. I think for me,
No.
I would. Oh, dude, I hate it when the freaking computer does that. But I think for me though, carne asada. Like anything carne asada. We'll do a carne asada bar, right?
So you can do like carne strips inside your salad. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Like all these different sorts of meats. You can have like your salad,
Yeah.
your toppings, and then you have like a little meat bar. You know, that's
Yeah.
Please don't go in.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh.
Yes.
You know, so that way like you get a little
Okay.
not chewy, you know, but
Right.
something more chewy than salad.
There we go.
Yeah. No, I get that. I like that because my dad used to cook steak and put it in his salad all the time. And I do kind of miss that because that was fire whenever he
Steak
did that.
and
Because it was like
salad.
it was a nice garden salad. And here's my thing. I know masters are gonna go all out, but because my family grew up like gardening and stuff like that, like I'm kind of picky about that. So like I want some like fresh vegetables.
Something that makes
out
you
of
feel
the-
good.
Yeah.
Because I think they eat before they play the Masters. So you don't want to be sitting there with a big old pit in your
Or
stomach.
you do.
Or-
because you're used to it and trying to take out the competition.
This is true.
That's actually smart. And you don't eat, right? You just eat the salad.
Oh, actually,
Bring out
here's-
steaks.
Here's the $1 million question: do you play it strategic
No.
and you make a bunch of crap food, but looks healthy?
Waffles, pancakes.
Exactly. And you get everybody else full. That way they're off their game, but then you eat it light.
Oh,
and
sure.
You're on your game.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Do you play it that way?
Sure.
Because I think I would.
Okay. What was your entree? What did you pick? Oh yeah, you were. Wait, what were you?
So I think I'm gonna mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
So I'll just go through and run through mine really quick. So my main course is the nacho bar.
Nacho bar.
And, you know, you have literally any meat you can think of, you know, and you can do burrito bar too with it, you know. So
Sure.
you either have chips or you have the wraps. I think, you know, and you can do it however you entree, side, whatever you want, appetizer. I think I would do like a little side pizza.
Ooh, like make your own pizza?
So you make your own, you know, like
this guy's winning the Masters. This
you know,
guy's
and then
winning
they'll make it for you, you know.
Yeah.
All right,
and then,
Colin, you're in the beach today, but big guy.
I think
big guy.
and my so you got nachos main course, side is, you know, your own personal pizza.
This guy's gonna make everyone have a
then-
heart attack on the course.
Yeah, I don't care about
That's.
that.
I thought we were playing the strategic now. We weren't like, ooh, what's good food? We're like, nah, I want to make sure everybody feels like they're about to have cardiac arrest. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Like mid swing. Adam's got it. Mid swing, they're like, you know. Yeah.
And then I think throw a curveball in there.
I want Scotty Scheffler to feel the dad bod that he's got. That's where I'm aiming for.
No back-to-backs for him.
No,
Oh, that's a. I mean, he got out. That's fine.
Huh? Wait, what?
So, I kind of already know a little bit of your guys' story, but if we can tell the audience here how you guys got into golf, because I know for me it was just one of those things, man, where you just hit one good shot and then you're hooked for life.
Well, let's
So-
hear yours. I want to hear yours real quick because you're the newest out of the three of us.
Me and him are about the exact same.
I
You've
would
only
say
been golfing for about 3 years.
Yeah, we
then?
both started, what, 21?
21 is when I like.
Wow.
I played for the first time in 21.
Yeah, you're old. But
Bax, we need this.
we do. We need you to chip in right here. If you chip in, I will hug you on camera right now. But I basically played once a year with my dad, my grandpa, my uncle, my cousin, and that was about it. And then I bought my own clubs at a garage sale.
Do it.
Oh, I thought he had it. That was a good putt. That was a good chip, though. And it's a one putt.
Right, that's okay.
Well done.
Is he going to keep the order?
I think so.
Play
But
once a year.
yeah, so I play once a year, got brand new clubs, and then I was like, you know what? I can get into this. And then I hit one solid 9-iron, and then I was hooked. I hit it right on the green, pin high. Everything just stars aligned, and after that, just the sound, the feel, the shot, just looking at it.
Mhm.
After that, I was like, all right, Dad, I'm playing more golf.
Dad, you ready for me to waste $1,200 a year on
I-
golf crap?
$1,200.
I want to ask, after all this is said and done,
Sorry.
I want to come back in time and see how much I spent on golf.
I don't think you really want to.
I do.
Because I think you realize by the time we die, we probably could have been able to have a better retirement based off of that.
But you're only like in your 20s once. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I care a lot about retirement, but at the same time, I don't want to retire and then be like, I can't hit 100 yards anymore.
If I'm being honest with you, how many times did we play the local, okay, we have a smaller municipal course and we have a nicer-ish course. I feel like we're going to get a lot of flack for that one, for calling it a nicer-ish course. But how much, it's what, $36 to play 18?
Something like that.
Yeah.
That sounds probably about right.
How often did we play?
Probably just do it 4 times a year.
Was it only 3 or 4 times a year?
I think so. Maybe 5.
I thought it was like more like 5. But then we also...
I'm 1 off.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
You made it seem like I was like gonna be 10 off.
There you go.
But like, okay, 36 times 5 though. I guess that's not much. That's 150, and then we paid 200.
But one of those times we get in for free. Me and you do.
Oh, that's true. I guess that's true. Because yeah, we had the tournament we went into. And we got him for free for that one. I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
But 400 yards.
But yeah, Colin, how did you get into golf, big guy?
My sister got into golf. I lived with them. It's fall of 21. They play a lot. No, not a lot. They're good at golf.
Decent amount.
So they took me out one time, and I got into the point in my life where I've always loved sports,
Sure.
but like it's so hard to get a good group of athletic people together. I feel like
Yeah.
team sports kind of lost it for me, because it's like I love volleyball, but if it's an ace on every serve, then it's I'm not loving volleyball, And so I think golf for me is just the perfect blend of I can be competitive if you play against other people,
Yeah.
but I only have to rely on myself.
Yep.
And I love that aspect of it. Is if I hit a bad shot, it's only me that hit the bad shot.
Yep.
Like
It's
I
all
can't
on
blame
you,
anybody
right?
else.
Yeah. I like that.
So I think that's really what I loved about golf for the first time, and that's gone.
That is fishing
What was probably what was your guys' worst moment, in golf that almost got you to, quit, if that makes sense?
I think I have one.
Oh, I definitely have one.
The 9?
The 9.
The 9? No, the 9 was just a funny moment. We when my coach told me that maybe golf wasn't my sport in high school.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Come
That
back.
Because I've been playing since I was 9 years old.
Oh, dude, didn't thought about it.
My dad's a big time golfer, but he got me into it. And then I went and tried out for the high school golf team. And our golf team had won state, I think by that point, 3 times in a row.
Okay.
And so they were ultra competitive. There was 18 guys on the team, and I was definitely at the bottom. At the bottom of it. And so
I feel that still sometimes.
And I was I wasn't, there was by any means, I was not hitting as far as I do now. It would take me on a par 4. It would take me 5 strokes just to get to the green. Wow. But, I would say I was not that good. But the coach came to me one year, or my sophomore year after that. He's like, I don't think, you can come back next year. He's like, I don't think golf is for you, bud. And I was like, oh.
You're like, okay.
All right. And I was I was already kind of defeated because I didn't make the baseball team my freshman year.
Sure.
And I was kind of giving up on baseball. I was golf was my next thing that I had. And I was
Oh.
And so,
Yeah.
Then I was just well, shoot, I guess I'm going to focus on academics now. And that still didn't pan out either. But here you go.
Yeah, we're here.
I want to see this shot.
I'm actually really curious on how Baxley decides to hit the shot because he's got maybe 1 or 2 trees in front of him, a bush.
Let's see if I can help you out.
Pitching bush.
Can you keep your elbow there for the rest of the podcast?
I mean, if you
Great.
as long as you ready to deal with the fury of your wife when you get home. What? That went right through a tree.
What? That's garbage. No. You said your morning prayers, didn't you? Nice job.
What was that?
That is.
I tried hitting that so
Oh.
hard.
So if we hit it, we can just
Look
mash
at-
potatoes and
look
not
at
care.
that food.
We can just not care.
Well, we're all at 2 shots, so we all have good approaches.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so here's a funny question, right? So I'm gonna ask the question. I'll go up and hit. So milk, like if you had to defend one of these and you had to do it, and if you were to defend it, how would you defend it? Would you rather pour milk first, then cereal, or wear socks to bed?
Socks to bed. You guys are weird. I'm not a communist.
You guys
and neither
are
is
weird.
Colin. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you pour your milk before your cereal, unless you're just adding.
I mean, if it's seconds, it's fine.
right. That's my
Seconds,
only.
the milk's already gonna be there.
Right. That's my only caveat to it. But if you're pouring, if you're pouring your milk before your cereal, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, there's certain days, especially if I'm, depending on what job site we're on, where like I'll be working in mud all day, so I
Yeah.
just feel like my feet never get warm again. It's like with those days, I'm like, oh, guess the socks are staying on. So like, I already wear socks to bed sometimes, anyways.
It just I don't like feeling. Oh, a 2-putt. Come on, bro. I don't like the feeling of socks
Really?
like in bed.
Is
When
it
I'm
me? Oh, it's me.
It's just too warm. If that makes sense. Because at night I like to be really cold, and then in the morning I like to be really warm.
I'm gonna be honest. Do I like wearing socks to bed? Absolutely not. I will.
No.
Nope. But if I had to choose one or the other, for sure socks.
Here's my reasoning too. I now sleep with a cooling blanket. So it's not like
Oh,
I'm
you're
sleep-
bougie.
It's actually, dude, it's changed my sleep.
Dude, I am a furnace though.
It's changed my sleep. So like going to sleep with socks on, honestly not bad at all anymore.
Hello.
Hello.
Get-
That's gonna be a
get-
1-putt,
get-
guaranteed.
Get,
No, it's
get.
So if I were to defend,
So right now we're bogey.
yes, all of us I think so far.
Colin, you're around the hill.
You are our only hope, bro. Hit it. We could throw the hammer down and get the bomb. Oh, you 2-putted.
I two-putted?
Yeah. If I were to defend
That's definitely
milk
real.
first, then cereal, here's how I would defend it. You ready?
By being wrong.
No. I'm gonna fight for this one. So I don't normally do this, just as a disclaimer.
You're
I really
fighting a
don't.
losing battle. You know that.
No,
right?
not
I'm swimming upstream
A
is what
loss.
I'm
A
doing.
loss. Yeah, you may be swimming upstream, but there's the freaking Hoover Dam in front of you is what you're trying to conquer, and it's not going to happen, Mr. Salmon. It didn't read. We're good.
Wow. That saved our golf game right there.
Lucky guy.
Lucky guy. But
That's for you.
milk sometimes is expensive. You can gauge how much milk.
It's like $3 for a gallon.
There we go. There's point 1. You can save just a little bit more without pouring too much. You can measure it.
But then
okay?
you're doing this with the milk. Try to keep your cereal in the bowl.
That's if you pour cereal first, because the cereal rises. If you put the milk in and then the cereal, you can kind of push it down and be like, okay, here's a good
I don't
gauge.
want to be playing with my food.
You're doing it with a spoon, not your fingers, bro.
Still playing with it.
You
Yeah.
have such a bad freaking argument for pouring milk first.
Save milk.
Is
Save milk.
bothersome. I feel like I could save more milk if I pour cereal first, then pour the milk. Honestly.
I am fighting an uphill battle, bro.
You're fighting an uphill battle up Everest, and you're at the base right now.
Fight with me just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I am fighting with you.
Just tell me.
I'm looking at you going, what the freak are you doing?
You 2-putted out of 12 feet.
You 2-putted from 30.
Well,
That sounds about right, actually.
for real.
All right.
No. Not even close.
So here's a question. So we posted on social media and Instagram of different questions that people wanted to ask. So one of the questions we got was, which movie villain, could be Disney, could be anything, what movie villain is the most relatable?
That's a hard one.
I can go first.
Go for it.
I think Thanos is the most relatable. Because, hear me out.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't.
kill half the population. too.
Listen. I'm not like 50%. I mean, his reasoning behind that though is like he wants to protect everyone. And think about it. Before the movie Eternals came out, he wanted to wipe out everybody. But the person who came in, I forget his name, but he was going to destroy the entire Earth because it reached a certain population like limit. And he said, okay, now I can come and destroy everything. So in reality, Thanos was trying to save the galaxy from that guy, but we had such a small, minuscule perspective of what they wanted. I'm not advocating for 50% genocide of the galaxy, but
That's a really hot take.
I saw something the other day, so I'm stealing somebody else's idea. But it was what's his name? Is it Guston?
Gustav.
Oh, from Breaking Bad?
No.
Walter White.
Gustav?
Oh, Gaston?
From Sleep.
Gaston.
From
Gaston, yeah.
yeah, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
That's a hot take in and of itself. I want to hear it.
Okay, and like, obviously he's a he's kind of toxic guy.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh no. That's
his whole thing with the beast. You find out that there's some crazy beast in the forest right next to your house. Like, I don't know, like
Literally a half werewolf, half like Bigfoot, pretty much is what it.
like I'd want to protect my city too. Like.
I mean,
and also, the whole movie, he loves this girl, and he wants to get with this girl. And
Right.
obviously, they're not a match. But I feel like that's what makes him as villain is like, he's so cocky, and everything like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that he tries to kill the beast. But if you came to me and you're like, hey, there's this beast, but he's a prince, and in this castle in the woods that are,
And I see him with a magic mirror.
yeah, and everything in his house moves. I'm gonna be stressed out about that too,
Yeah,
Okay.
Like,
I like that take. I like that. I actually really
she
don't
turned
mind
me
that.
into a newt. I got better.
Oh, it didn't register.
Oh, yes. Thank
Also, kind of speaking on the Disney side
Wait,
of
did
things,
Baxley get his?
I was gonna say the
Tell you
bear,
what.
the bear from Brave. That's another one because it wasn't his fault. He was turned into a bear and he's just mad. Do you remember that guy?
you. He wanted power though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's the problem. Though.
See, I can understand his.
But who doesn't
Yeah.
want power though?
Thanos.
Okay, you're telling me you don't want money and influence? At the core,
Okay, I'll say this.
we all want some sort of power.
Money
The
is
level
great.
of power is
To an
different.
extent, money's nice because I get like where I grew up, I saw what actual money and power can do to people, and like
Yeah.
the type of pride that it takes out of people.
Yeah.
And I've learned that I don't want that, and like top dollar. This is gonna sound completely like everyone's like, like top dollar. I don't need to live or to make more than I would say $200,000 in today's world. That is the cap. That is the absolute most I need to make. I could be 100% comfortable.
Just with that.
With
200.
oh,
Okay.
I'm more than comfortable within $200,000.
I saw
in today's
something
world.
and it was like, all I want is enough money to have to be able to go to a restaurant and not have to worry about the bill.
Yes,
Or how much the bill
Yeah.
is.
and
Okay.
and if my wife wants to do something, I don't have to look at her. For the reason for me saying no is not because of we don't have enough.
Interesting.
That's
Okay.
my thing.
Yeah.
Now my kids, I'm gonna be like, no.
And
Like,
plus,
You
you
want
can
to go
go.
get it,
you
know?
want a
like-
pony? Yeah, we're gonna figure out how to work for this, but no, yeah.
Also, another thing too is you can literally. There you go. You can literally go golf at Pebble if you want.
Uh-oh.
That's gonna go through. That's gonna peak. There you go. Go
See,
through.
here's my hot
Holy
take. Here's
smokes.
my hot take on that. Pebble's what, 400 or 500?
Yeah.
That's too much.
I'll take 5 $100 rounds over one
Right.
$500 round.
Oh, dude.
I think you
Pebble
and I
Beach,
Hot
bro.
take.
Pebble Beach,
Similar.
though.
Hot take,
Oh,
hot
boy.
take. I'd rather play 5 rounds of golf than one.
Nah.
I don't. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't need to play golf. I mean, sure, is it cool to be like, I played at Pebble? Yeah, it's completely cool to say I played at Pebble
That- I
or
mean-
something like that. But like for me, it's like I can go to a nonchalant.
This is also where I proposed to my wife.
Okay,
So I'm like, I kind of have a little tie.
there's a special place, and for that aspect, I'd be like, okay, yeah, there's a special aspect. But for me, it's like if I'm going to play golf, I will play a half decent course, right?
Or even 70%, like,
Right.
hey, maybe the pros don't play here, but it's still a really good quality course.
Right. And like I grew up in Arizona,
Do
so like
it.
a dream
Do
course
it.
for me to
Do it.
play
That was a nice shot.
is like
Pitching wedge.
TPG, where they do the Waste Management Open because that's when I grew up.
That's exploded over the years.
Oh my gosh, especially with the
last
Coliseum.
5 years, dude, it's been insane.
That would be fun.
Dude, the fact that they had to shut that down because there's too many intoxicated people, that was wild.
Okay. Back to you.
Okay.
Villain. Movie villain. Most relatable. We got Gaston. We got Thanos.
That's underrated?
No, not underrated. One that is the most relatable.
Okay.
So one that you can relate to.
Oh gosh.
I
Hello, water.
don't know.
Hello, water, my old friend. I come to see you once more.
Okay.
Well, the T2.
I don't know. That's a really.
After that drag tooth.
I don't know how I would want to phrase that. I don't know who my. Well, I don't know.
If you pick Joker, I'm going to be concerned.
No. Although I did see a hilarious video where it was like, back in the older. We could take a mulligan here.
I mean, it is hole 3. And that was a pretty decent spot.
Oh, we're good.
We're good.
Oh, my child's in the background moving stuff, and our Adam
I'll
is trying so
re-hit
hard
that.
not
Josh
to.
did that for me.
to
Really?
stuff.
So re-hit?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a re-hit from where I'm at.
Here we go, big dog. 120 out.
The one thing that keeps coming to my mind was I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and the guy was explaining, he's like, Breaking Bad is literally a TV show based on the perspective of the villain.
Oh,
Interesting.
gosh, I suck at golf.
Like if you think about it, Walter White is not he's not the protagonist of the story.
Ooh, okay.
Walter White is the antagonist. He is the villain, right? So if you don't know that whole backstory, so it's a guy who gets cancer and then says, I'm gonna pay for my cancer. He's
Yep.
like a teacher, a
Yep.
chemistry teacher. He pays for his cancer by making pure meth, and then sells it on the market and makes a crap ton of money. Did you know in the series that his billionaire friend offered to pay for his entire treatment and he turned it down for the sake of pride?
Wow. I did not know that. I still have yet to really watch that show.
It's a good. It's graphic, but it's a good show.
Sure.
But yeah, no, he turned it down, and so all right, I guess I'll go golf.
No,
But
you didn't.
Okay.
So I was funny you didn't know you were up.
no, I know I was up, but
So we got Walter White, and then we got Thanos, and we got Gaston. Leave down in the comments which one do you think is the most relatable.
I don't think Walter White was a misunderstood.
Is it like-
I think it was a freaking.
More relatable.
No, I would not.
Well, I'd say it's relatable in the sense that, he starts off the small things, and it doesn't by the end of the show, he's a pretty hardened criminal, isn't he?
Yeah.
Walter White.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, by,
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like I
like-
think
like-
that is relatable in itself, like, hey, it's just I'm just selling meth, to get my
Interesting.
cancer treatments,
Well,
like
okay,
I'm
I
trying
would
to save
say
my life,
by the end
True.
of season 1, you're kind of like you kind of sympathize with it, but then season 2 hits, and you're like, this dude is freaking.
Messed up.
Yeah, I would say like season 1, you're kind of sympathetic.
Sure.
But then I think it's like there's 6 seasons, so it's like season 2 through 6. You're like, this guy's freaking just villain the whole time.
All right. Well, from
Or-
that
or
point,
if you had to do a second, like who's
if I had to
your
do a
runner-up?
second,
Like who's your runner up?
Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that's one I feel like is
Very much so, because he lost everything, and he was, by his standards and perspective, betrayed by everyone around him, and he lost his love. He lost his wife. Love of his life.
What was the main reason that Palpatine turned him?
Is because he wanted to have.
He's trying to save Padme.
Yeah, he wanted that power to save him. Using the dark side. But I honestly, if
Did we not chip on? Were you on the green?
I was on,
I think I was.
I shot over like 12 feet from the hole.
Huh.
Yeah, so I don't even know what I had.
Yeah, this is a long hole.
Yeah, this is all you, big dog. This is gonna be.
Not all
This is
me,
about
brother.
500 yard. So leave down in the comments which one do you guys think is the most relatable villain.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of curious that because there's probably some that you guys say. I'd be
Do
like,
you know who's gonna be my second?
We'll react to it in the next episode too.
yeah.
I'm awful with names, but Monsters Inc.
Oh, Mr. Waternoose.
No.
No, you're talking about the skinny one that can shape.
invisible.
Yeah.
Oh, Randall. Yeah,
Randall.
The Randall.
Randall's one.
You
Yes.
watch
Yes.
Monsters University.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
At first,
Okay.
I'm like, dude, this guy's a
Randall,
sleazebag,
yes.
Well, then you
But,
watch
like,
Monsters University, and you're like,
He just wasn't fit in.
yeah, that's all he wanted to do. He just wanted to be somebody. And okay, I'm gonna admit, there is a point. He wanted to be somebody who was important because his whole life he was looked down upon.
Literally invisible.
And
Oh gosh.
I understand that to a point.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't you
Because I
think?
mean, like high school, definitely Monsters University was shot like it was like a high school kind of scenario. And like to a point. I'm like,
It's relatable.
in high school, like
Yeah.
there are going to be times in high school where you feel like, and as most people would say, you felt invisible.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Another thing, I thought he was referring to Mr. Water News, and it was relatable because he was like, "I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die."
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Alrighty."
I was like, you can't relate to that in the
No.
slightest. Gentlemen, you got a tea here? Oh, good.
Start your engine.
Okay, let me ask you this question, because I also heard this the other day on the internet, and I'm wondering what your guys' opinion is.
Okay.
Is Encanto considered a horror story?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Encanto?
Nope.
Okay.
A horror story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like it's a relatable horror story, if anything.
Oh, I'm by you, big dog.
Really?
A little further.
Okay.
Oh, well, think about, our church's history, right? Encanto?
That's a wild theory.
You and your family's getting chased out from where you lived and
You want to
being
bully that one?
chased by mobs. And
Okay,
then losing
okay.
loved ones along the way, trying to find a safe haven.
Okay.
That's tough. Yeah.
I can, to
And
that
then
part,
Amy-
I can say. But if
Whoa. You just threw an atom bomb.
For a mulligan?
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that for...
All mulligans
yeah.
are atom bombs.
Really? Then how come when you're...
Because I hit into the water, so it was re-hit. So it counted the stroke. It wasn't a mulligan.
All right, Adam Bomb.
Am I up?
You ready, big dog? You want the big dog to eat?
I mean, I may have been wrong in mine, but mine, it counted my shot as hit into the water.
I think we did count yours wrong, but that's okay.
That's okay. Well, I'll take an Adam Bomb. I'll
Yeah.
take an Adam
All
Bomb.
right, let's do it.
Here, I'll trade you.
Trade you.
Trade you for...
Party beach.
But go ahead with your horror story.
So I heard this the other day. Somebody was saying this on Instagram, where Encanto is a horror story, right?
Which one
Again,
do
I
you
would
think?
take to
I have
your
it right next to you.
What's that guy?
to your credit. Yes,
Let me
I
coach.
do relate to getting chased out of your home, people threatening to kill you, all that kind of stuff. I get that, and you're trying to find a safe place to live. But when the entire town looks at
One family.
one family to protect them, who have
Ready
special
for this?
powers because of a candle. And if you look at there are two people in the family who don't have.
Oh,
Oh, that was
get
freaking
get
fantastic.
get through.
Oh, go.
I
There-
mean,
there's
what?
there's two people in the family
Let's
that
go,
don't
Lando.
have powers. Who are they?
Perfect.
It's one of the
Well, we know what
granddaughters,
kind of bomb just
One of the
landed
granddaughters.
today.
and then
Mirabelle. Is it Mirabelle?
Mirabelle. Yeah.
Mirabelle. Okay. And the grandmother.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's true. I never thought
Right?
of grandma. Yeah.
So, and the thing is, they talk about, and I'm probably totally going to butcher this because this was explained so much better on the Instagram video that I saw, but they, Mirabelle doesn't get powers, right? She's the first one to ever be kind of rejected powers almost. But I'll come back and talk about this because I don't know. It was interesting to watch.
Yeah, I did not like the end of that movie
I
because
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I feel like, because me and my wife are always talking about it. We feel like she doesn't have a power, she's kind of legit, but like, well, is her power bringing people together?
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go a totally different way with this, and a horror story of because basically the candle almost ends up dividing the family
Yes.
at the end.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the candle.
Right, it's a
It's
great,
the grandmother.
but it's the mentality of the candle. We got to protect
Yes.
the candle at all costs.
Interesting.
So
But-
because she thinks the candle's to protect the family, so I have to protect the candle to keep the family together. By focusing on the candle, she kind of separated.
There
the
you go, a little
family.
draw.
But
You know?
also, a little bit if you look at
Dude,
it,
that's phenomenal.
what did the grandmother do?
that's
she
phenomenal.
ostracized Mirabelle because she didn't have powers.
Yeah.
Everybody else she loved.
Because she thought she was a threat to the candle.
No, because she just didn't have powers. You didn't realize she was a threat. Something, the candle was in danger.
Here we go, boys.
Until Mirabelle got the kind of her vision of what was going to happen. Right?
Well, I
And
think
so-
my grandma always knew something was off, and that's why she started treating her once she didn't get the door.
Maybe. I don't know. But I'm I look at it and I'm after I saw that video, I was like, huh. Plus, also,
That was hit so fat.
they talk about how it's the whole town relies on them. Yeah, there's some cool things, right? The mom has the power to heal literally anything by baking
Anything.
a biscuit and feeding it to them. Like, that's a dope power. That's one I'm like, that's used for really good stuff. I gotta go take care of my kid. I'm gonna hit real quick and I'm gonna go take care of my kid.
Okay, so.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No!
You need an atom bomb?
I need an atom bomb.
But like, what I was saying is
So
like,
bad.
Here we go, Adam.
You think you need to work, you think you need to do all these things.
Yeah.
When you forget the reason you're working, the reason you're doing all these things is for your family.
Right.
And so it's like, what do you know, I kind of like took it that way when I watched that movie.
In the words of.
Oh, you didn't click your atom bomb.
That's okay. So, for a question that me, you, and Adam can answer, this was also submitted
Why do
by
I suck at
somebody on
golf?
Instagram. That's another great question that we probably will never receive an answer to. So, the question that was submitted to us is, if you were given a box, okay, given a box, and it had everything that you ever lost, what is the first thing that you would look for?
Oh my word.
A little deep, for sure. A little deep.
Can I tell you mine? Right off the
Absolutely.
bat?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Probably Baxley, honestly.
Baxley. We lost Baxley.
We lost
I
Baxley.
love that.
We lost Baxley. So as soon as you bring me the boxes of things that I've lost, I will choose that right away.
That's phenomenal.
Oh, stay right.
We're gonna tell him that.
Oh, no way.
Oh
Are
my
you
gosh.
serious?
Please,
No.
No!
Oh no! I just hear the Titanic music. Oh.
Oh! That was incredible.
I am impressed.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That was
So-
the one time Jack
Wow.
actually got brought onto the door that fit both of them.
So here's
Stay-
the problem.
You can join, but you only get the handle.
That was incredible.
I feel like the one thing I would look for, Colin kind of already alluded to it, but I would look for my golf game.
The golf game.
Yeah, especially my putting and chipping. Yeah, I lost that.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's one marble you never lost.
Yeah,
I
Josh.
don't
If I'm
know.
gonna be honest. If I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I mean,
That's one marble you haven't lost yet, I should say.
Yet.
All right, let's see it, brother. Let her
Colin,
rip.
Colin, what would you look for?
What would you look for, Colin?
Trying to wait for your swing. It's hard because it's like, do I choose something like, I mean, I used to collect Pokemon cards as a kid, you know? So like,
That's cool.
with the price of them now, I'm like, that'd be kind of nice to have back,
Oh,
you know?
heck
Like,
Dude,
in
that's
that mixed
actually-
edition.
That's actually a really good point.
You know, 'cause
That's
like,
great.
but then like, I feel guilty not choosing something like, oh, this is memorable to me, you know? Like,
Oh.
but like, I don't
That's
have,
the challenge of it. You
you
really
gotta,
have to
like,
think like,
you gotta balance it.
where do you want to go with it?
Yeah. Do you feel like you have?
What about time?
Like lost
Ooh,
time.
lost time. Ooh,
That's
that's
a wild
that's
song.
deep.
Because there's so many
That's
things
deep.
in my life, you know, especially as like a kid in high school, like I
You're never
feel-
getting that back.
Well, I feel like I struggled through high school too, and I feel like that was a time. It's just lost time. You know, like there's so much character development I could have done that you know I just focus on these such small things that if I could go back and do it over again, I'd be like, hey, you know, I just lost these, you know, 2.5, 3 years.
So I'm curious,
Wow.
how would it work? Would you be going back in time to relive, like every day and experience you lost,
See, I
or,
don't because I don't think you can do that.
or
but if
would
maybe
it be like
a mentality? I feel like,
Ooh,
Okay.
like just like the mentality of like.
hey, like yes.
So like
it
flick
might
of so not reliving it, but a flick of the switch. Oh, it wasn't lost time. This was.
Or
something?
even, hey, it
or
was
like
lost
now you're
time.
here today with the memories of what you did with that time.
Right, or like, hey, like,
you
what
wish
am I
you
doing
did
today
with
that's
that time.
similar kind of like time, you know, like,
That's cool.
because kind of like thinking about it, I feel like there's a lot of things like, you know, that you go back to your time in high school, this was so big, you know, such a big deal.
Sure.
And now I'm looking about it like, okay, you were, you know, you missed a game, or you missed a free throw, you know, or, you know, for me, sports, you know, or whatever it is, you know,
Yeah.
that you let take so much hold in your life, and then it doesn't matter.
Well, if you're
You
in high
know?
school and you're watching this, keep that in mind. You're not out of the woods yet. It may not seem like you're kind of in the thick of it, but once you get to our age, man, you're gonna be like looking back like, where are my high school days, man? Like, what happened?
And I think this is more to like the mentality of like finding joy in where you're at, you know?
Yes.
Because like we at church the other day, somebody was like, oh, once I get out of high school, I'll have, or once I get out, graduate college,
Yep.
I'll have more time.
Yeah.
And there's always some way or something that's going to take that time.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So-
like that. That's very deep.
I would not hit driver.
I was gonna say tee it up for him.
I'd say I have him like
Which one do I
7
need?
iron.
7.
He hits it pretty
Oh
good.
yeah,
It's
that's
100
right.
yards.
That's right. Yeah.
Which one do I need?
I hit a 7.
7.
7.
Yep.
It's hard to. Not the 7 big. But yeah,
Time is a good one. That's really good. Also, with all the questions that we have, if you have any more questions, put it down in the comments below. Also, if you have any ideas or answers to these questions, feel free to leave it down. We'll react to them and respond to them for sure.
Watch me thread the needle on these trees.
dude, for sure breaking a club on your backswing.
Oh, I mean that's a tough lie. I mean, Daniel did not.
Do it again.
Holy crap!
All right, hit a 5 this time.
He
Do
did
you have
not.
a bomb for the bomb?
I can call my wife real quick. But yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
All right, hear about this. We'll reverse it. So you're looking into the future, and you open a box of your life.
Ooh.
What's one thing you want to be in that box?
Like one thing to look for.
Yeah. So like one thing you're like hoping to accomplish, or hoping to be at. So kind of like the reverse. You're not looking back in the past, but
So
if
you're
gonna,
looking to the future.
if you got like a 70-year shot. I don't know about 70. Let's go 50-year shot into the future. What's one thing?
Oh no!
What's
we
one
are
thing you're hoping
we are
to
in the
be
thick
your
of
life?
it.
Oh man.
If I go in the future, do I bring it back or do I just get a glimpse?
No,
of it?
you're just kind of like what's one thing you're hoping that's going to be in your
We're
future?
balling today, boys.
Kids, grandkids, and
Okay, I feel like
family
that's-
outings.
But like,
I mean, hey,
be a little more specific on this.
a little more
Like,
specific.
Yeah, because
That was actually
Get
well struck.
through.
Oh my gosh, that was well struck.
right behind another tree.
We're on the fourth. We're also on the 4th tree.
Man, I'm flying the B-52 today.
That's tough, man.
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, especially like with us now, there's a lot of goals that we have. But like,
Yeah.
like, what's the?
What's one thing I'm looking for?
Yeah. Like one
I don't
underrated
know.
thing is like being able to like make a change in people's lives. People's lives.
Oh, so like
'Cause, like, especially
influence.
now that we're in college, like any little thing that people do for us like makes a huge difference.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
But you have to have like that mindset of let me
Yeah.
help out this person.
Interesting.
So like I think for me like being able to like assist people,
Yeah.
who can't assist themselves,
So
or not that they can't assist themselves. Like,
so kind of like giving back to the community is what you're saying.
get through. Oh,
Right
nice.
there.
Adam
Oh.
is nasty.
We made it.
Adam is nasty with it.
First try.
Eventually.
Eventually. Honestly, though, that's a really good point because, in college, we have a lot of things that, are not necessarily handed to us because we earned it, but like college, we get like FAFSA, we get Pell Grants, we get like help to live here, we get food stamps, and it helps out a lot. But yeah, I get that
But you're
point.
still, you're still scraping by.
Yeah, for
It's not
sure,
like
for
we're
sure.
living large.
Yeah, but it makes it feel good to give back.
We do like giving back.
Be of service to others is what we're saying.
And like, I'm not even saying like, hey, you have to give money to people, but like, we were actually me and Josh were golfing yesterday, and like, we let this guy, join us because we were waiting and he was waiting on us, So we're like, hey, let's wait together, kind of thing, And
Wow. Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't say he gave us anything in particular, Josh, but like, there's just like, I don't know, there's something about golfing with an old, gentleman who just like, has a good grip on life, is able to just like give us like, because we talked to him, he's like, hey, what are you wanting to do? Where are you wanting to go?
Yeah.
There's just like something about that,
I think it's just perspective,
Yeah.
because he is probably thinking to himself the same question is if you could go back or if you had a box and someone gave it to you, what would you look for? I'm sure he would for sure say time. So an older gentleman's perspective through golf, that's another thing that I learned from my grandpa too is he just enjoys being there with us. He doesn't hit it like he used to, for sure, but he loves being out there, and that's what I love the most. And so he's able to give us that perspective, like, hey, you're still young, live your life and be happy. So
Can I say something from General Conference?
yeah, absolutely.
This reminded me of, I think it was Jeffrey Holland was talking kind of about these same things. And how did he word it? It was something, he was talking about a lot of the questions that young people have, like just
you're
about
up.
life and work and figuring things out. And he said that he still has a lot of those same questions. And he said that, and then he said, I've just been asking them for longer.
Yeah.
And it was under this guise of it's always going to be a journey to figure out
I like that.
how to spend your time and what's important to you. So I thought that was so interesting.
That's cool.
Like, I think there will always be periods of lost time, maybe.
Yeah.
Or there will always be periods of growth, but I just thought it was so interesting. Like, I still have all those same questions. How do I spend my time? What's important to me? Who is important to me?
Yep.
I've just been asking them for a longer period of time.
Yeah, and it's kind of goes back to the old adage of enjoy the journey, not the destination. So when it comes down to it, once you get to that destination, you look off and you're like, oh, this is a great view, you know, and I really enjoyed it. But then you look back and you're like, oh, I made a memory here every step of the way, and then you start kind of forgetting
That's
that.
sick.
So as you enjoy that, the destination will be that much sweeter. So I like that. That's a really good one.
I love it.
All right,
Is that
Colin.
me?
No, this is going to be
Oh.
Sea Dog.
Sea Dog.
Or
Or,
that seems like a pretty good way to end it.
I don't know.
I mean, just felt pretty
You
good.
want to do one more hole?
Do a par 3 closest to the pin?
Close to the pin.
Let's
Let's
do
go.
it. Let's do it. I mean, I can't go out in my B-52. Come on.
Bombing.
I was bombing all over the place.
Dang. All right, so
Gonna get
if
back
you
to
don't
that.
know what we're going to do, par 3 is the smallest hole on the course, and we're going to see who can get the closest to the pin. You want to do one molly per person?
Yeah, no, let's putt it out.
For
too.
those of you
Put
guys
it out.
listening, he's talking to me, by the way. Just let me know what's going on.
Sweet.
Give me a club and put me on the green.
I'm right here.
Do I look like I just started golfing last week?
Because you'd be right.
Because I did.
Wow.
I hope it doesn't look that obvious.
Well, I'm excited for this par 3 challenge. It's going to be interesting because par 3s they could get interesting real quick, especially if you really shank it.
We'll do 2 mulligans.
Ready? Par 3.
Par 3, baby.
I can do
We'll
it.
do 1 mulligan. So we'll
Yeah?
do 1 hole, yeah?
Mulligan.
One hole.
Do I
Yeah,
mulligan
putt it
myself
out.
or do I give it to Hazel?
Player putts out. Player putts out, right? Top one?
But inside 10 feet, you can give me.
Okay, give me 10 feet. That's fine.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Give me that.
Give me that.
Yeah, I like giving inside 10. 'Cause
Cool,
If you're
yeah.
30, you're still.
I like that.
Give me that.
Give me that boost.
All right, Colin is up to the box. We're about 108 yards out
Colin.
from the green.
Colin.
Lots of green to work with here on the right. We got some water on the left that's looking a little frantic if you get on this left side of this hill.
Here it comes.
We got a
Colin's going to
great
give you a
crowd
nice
here today.
grand
View of that
tour.
water.
Great view and tour of the water.
Hey, do we have a snorkel?
Oh.
Oh, that might be a little high.
Oh, we might need a parachute instead.
Get down.
Oh, get him.
That's phenomenal. That's great.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if I could
I'm
even do that.
impressed.
I don't even think I
impressed.
can do that. Well done. Well done.
I'm impressed.
Wow.
Oh, that club thing out there did not look pretty.
All right, I'm up, big dogs. Here we go.
Get him.
Closer.
Alright.
Get him.
All right.
What do I pull out?
Let's see what he chooses.
I hit 52.
What did you go with?
52.
I'm gonna pretend like I know what that means. Get him. That's a great choice. Get him.
Could have picked better myself, you know.
You know, I was thinking 53, but I didn't have that in the bag.
Are there
Honestly,
such things as
I don't know if
I mean,
if 52 is
probably.
the
I mean, it's
the
not
right
like
number.
typical, but you can make whatever you wanted to make,
I
you
thought he
know.
was making a pretty funny joke right there, to be honest. Because there's no such thing as a 52. Let's see the shot.
That actually might be
Let's
long.
see this shot.
Uh-oh, bunker. Oh,
that
kind of
sat
sat for you.
really well.
Wow. Half
That's
swing,
that
52. I
really
probably
well.
should have gone with the 56. Not bad.
I thought you were about to go.
Well, I think if
Sandboarding
you
was
watch
so
it, watch
hard.
it where you hit it. Oh, You hit it pretty much
Yeah,
on
that's
the
me.
heel.
Oh, did I really?
It was pretty low. So I think if you'd hit it more in the middle, you would have got more height on it.
Is that seat nice and warm for you?
It better be.
You went with a 52, right, Josh?
Yeah. Actually, I would pull out.
Let's give you this one. Yeah, let's give you.
Yeah, 52 is not a made-up club, ladies and
7, 8,
gentlemen.
9.
52 is a
What's
real
he
club.
hitting?
I gave him a 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say 7.
I thought you were making up clubs.
Nope.
7, 8, 9.
Some people call them gap, loft, sand. I don't like that.
Attack wedge.
Attack wedge. Ballistic wedge.
So how did you calculate the wind when you were going into this hole?
I just looked at it and saw 0 miles an hour, and I was like, sick.
Oh, perfect.
Actually,
No,
what's the 8
that's.
feet 5 inch. What is that?
I think that's
Oh, elevation.
elevation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if the bomb, Adam. Oh my gosh,
Pretty decent.
that's phenomenal.
Get
That's
him.
great.
Get him.
Hey,
That-
go.
I
go.
mean, the sound of
Not
that
bad.
is nice.
I'm not mad.
That's great.
Yeah, hit right at it.
We'll take it.
Hit 56 at him.
Oh, am I going again?
Yep.
You're going again.
56.
There it is.
Thank goodness.
Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is.
Wow, this one's heavy.
Thank you.
What are you implying? What's the implication?
I just feel like we had to respond something.
No, I don't know if I want to hit the 56 anymore.
You can pull out the Scotty.
So I'd be like about a half swing at him. Just focus on good contact.
Oh,
No register.
a little off the top.
If you could be sponsored by one. Ooh, that's nice. That's great.
Oh, stop.
That was really good.
Yeah. For,
If you could be sponsored by one golf company, who would it be, and why?
probably a golf ball company because I lose them all.
Would you be Pro V? Would you go Titleist? I feel like for me, TaylorMade would probably be.
Oh, look at that line, brother.
Oh, it's gonna be nasty.
We're back.
TaylorMade?
I actually have no idea what they're doing, but
TaylorMade.
we're trying to fit in. Little Scotty.
Wait, where's the line? Thank you.
The line.
How much downhill is it?
Oh, he's putting.
I give him more than that, brother.
Yeah, I'm putting for outside now. Is what I'm putting for. Is that 10 feet? No, 10 feet.
Dude, you gotta putt again. That's funny.
That sucks, dude. That sucks. Really does.
Putt.
Oh, it's Adam.
I'm going?
Yeah, you're gonna need your.
just
You're gonna
can't
need
get
your
enough
putter.
of me.
You're gonna need your putter.
Use this one.
That one? Okay. Honestly, yeah, TaylorMade would be good because they make really good hats too, and clubs, golf balls too. The TP5X or whatever that's called. Dang. TP5s, dude.
I do like it. No line for my brother?
No, I guess not. Oh, a
He
little
doesn't.
bit.
He doesn't need it, dude.
Nah, he is the line.
Go, 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 go.
See,
That's a
I'm
really
putting.
good
I'm
putt.
putting for outside is
Oh,
what my
man.
problem is because I put it for how I would normally outside.
See, I wonder because I think that's so going back to. Well, not going back to anything, but
Ooh, one putt. There we
it's
go.
kind of
big
like
dog.
these are also perfect greens too.
Yeah,
versus
that's
the greens
true.
we play on
Were-
are very much not perfect. You know,
They
like
were heavy.
heavy, and then give me that. Half the time they're aerated too. You know.
There. Sorry, I'm giving baby Scotty the chair.
After that putt, you are?
Yep. Give him the chair.
Dang, the first club to get its own chair.
Get in.
Whoa.
Get in. Get
Oh,
in.
no.
Get in.
Oh my word!
Well done, brother. Well done.
Felt like you hit that in real life.
If
felt
only.
good, though.
If
That
only.
was incredible.
That's
bird.
phenomenal.
Did you see what?
That's phenomenal.
You guys saw that, right?
That is phenomenal. That's great. That's some great stuff right there. That's why we're here.
So what were you having at your brunch thing for the Masters?
So
What are we?
we
eating
will be
today?
having next April. We will be partaking in
What are we having?
a little,
See you in 40 days.
Tell the people what we're having.
a little side pizza. You know,
Okay.
whatever you want. So kind of like my thing is it's kind of buffet style. You know, kind of everything. So like, whoa.
That goes far?
Whoa.
That goes far?
Funny part is he's still out of 10 feet, so there's no give me.
That goes far?
I'll take whatever protein he's having.
I'll take that on my driver. That's a
Let's see if
putt.
it's working.
Alright.
Strong
Scotty,
brother.
Now the question is, can Josh get it within 10 feet?
Let's see. Daggone.
There gone.
Are you putting with the driver? Get him. No way. What the flip?
Wow. Alright.
That was insane.
If you guys are looking for a new putter,
That was insane.
pick yourself up and drive it.
Give Gaddy Putter the chair.
Yeah,
Give him the
goodbye,
chair.
Scotty.
Yeah, sorry, Scotty.
All right.
King Put.
And this went exactly how we all thought it was going to go. After that one hole,
Sure, buddy.
I'm 1 under. Adam's in second place, 1 over.
I'm in second place.
Yeah, you are. I
No
choked
way.
And
hard.
Josh is 2 over.
That was bad.
So that's
that
your-
was bad.
That's your leaderboard right there. Join us next week to see if Josh can get to 3 over in 1 hole.
Wow. Do you have faith in me? You suck. I was thinking 3 under. But thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. And please leave in the comments below what kind of questions you want us to answer next time. But for then, we got our first episode, boys. How do we
Let me know
feel?
if I should stick with golf.
You should.
You know what? Maybe this sport isn't.
Hey, Josh, watch out. All right.
All right.